Greetings, Neojakerton. It's your friendly neighborhood Neojakerton here, ready to talk about yet another thing that's controversial, at least to me. And with this video, though, I am genuinely worried that somebody is going to get pissed off at me. And hopefully, from looking at my hoodie, you can already guess what this video is going to be about. Yes, Spider-Man. And to be more specific, Spider-Man Homecoming, the movie which I am super excited for. I can't believe that we're actually getting like a Marvel movie industry fucking Spider-Man. Finally, not people were like, oh, it's so cool he's in Civil War. But now he has his own film. But then my problem comes with the suit. Now, see, the design for Peter's suit he gets from Tony Stark is awesome. It looks just like the one from the classic comics. The eyes move, the webbing cartridges have a little belt that they go on. Trying to think of another thing is good for. Oh yeah, he also has, it seems like a little spider drone. For that one short, like, half a second clip in one of the previews, he like releases it from his chest and it goes. I mean, it looks great. I mean, it does have those weird lines in places, and I don't know why. I genuinely don't. It's all right though, because it's not that distracting. But see, what I don't like about it though is that Peter was given the suit. And see, the thing about the comics, the thing about Spider-Man in general, and the thing about the whole premise of him making the suit and his origin is he's like, shit, I got these powers, I gotta fight crime. God, I don't have that good of a budget. Shit, I'ma just grab, and then like he makes a impromptu costume. Like, let's go to the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. Peter gets his suit in that one, his first, I guess you could say vigilante spider suit. The vigilante spider suit, that one, or people just call it the wrestling costume, which obviously he got from his match with Bonesaw. And, he wore that for a little bit afterwards. And then that movie came into the issue of not showing how the hell he made the suit. It showed him drawing it, like coming up with different designs, drawing the different suits. And by the end of it, he had like this $3,000 looking rubberized suit with raised webbing. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, that suit was pretty cool. Like, I wanted the suit. I wanted that suit when I was little, because it was just so neat. The webbing was raised and it looked awesome. But they still didn't show how Peter made the suit. Flash forward, Amazing Spider-Man, with Andrew Garfield. In that one, Peter makes his first vigilante suit, just nothing special, just his street clothes, red morph mask, basically, some sunglasses, and a beanie. I think he had gloves too, but no, he didn't have gloves. And, of course, he had his homemade web shooters. But then, he sees and he's like, spandex, everything is spandex, making the suit. And he does some weird silk screening stuff. Which, see, first off, I want to say, the suit did look cool because it showed him popping out the sunglass lenses. That's what got me, because it explained the lenses. Since the lenses aren't pure white, like they're shown. Like, the lenses aren't polarized because Peter would not be able to see if that were the case. Especially not at night, because that'd be difficult as fuck. It would dim his vision. Okay, I'm trying to think about this further. But then, in the second Amazing Spider-Man movie, out of nowhere, he gets, like, this perfect raised webbing outfit. Which, see, that upset me back then, mostly because we finally got a different-looking movie suit. Like the yellow lenses and the darker tones. It's like, yeah, this is, like, Spider-Man. Like, he can actually be stealthy in this outfit, because it's darker tones of, like, dark blue, like navy blue, and like crimson red, yeah. And then it's like, well, I just made my eye lenses about this big around, and I'm decided to make my colors so bright that later on in the fight with Electro at night, I look like a fucking glow stick. I mean, it was cool because, people are like, it looks like the one in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, which I believe in. Okay, let's split off to the comics before we go to you know, I guess Civil War and Homecomings universe. I believe it's an Ultimate. I could be wrong, and it could be another comic saying it's been a while since I've read the comics. I apologize. But there was a guidebook for one of the Spider-Man comics lore, and it basically said that the Midtown High's dance team was throwing out all these different suits. These, sort of spandexy Zentai type suits. And Peter went and rummaged through all these suits that they were thrown away. Of course, he had to sneak in because, looked like a fucking weirdo stealing suits. But, I'm sorry if I cursed too much. It's just, I have to improv it because I'm still riding off the anger from that, second Amazing Spider-Man suit. But, yeah, he pretty much grabbed the one suit that fit him. I'm assuming it was a blue suit because there's a lot more blue on the costume than red. Because, you have the under the arms, the legs, and then even the parts on the back. Which, see, look how much that is. I mean, because of course you also have, this is actually an Ultimate Spider-Man themed hoodie too. You can tell by the way the eyes look. But, see, I think that's really cool because it's like, okay. And, I mean, still, it looks like a perfected suit somehow for a 15-year-old boy who probably had no sewing skills beforehand. Probably stabbed himself in the fingers 50 times. Which, I mean, no, really, it's such a cool thing because that was the first ever real explanation, like, where did this young man get that much spandex material? And now let's go into Homecoming. I really am sorry if I offend anybody with my opinion here. Homecoming is a big thing, and the suit should be... I know that the suit is a major thing because it's so damn cool, and it's like the classic Spidey, back down to the roots Spidey. And hell, even Tom Holland does a good job as Peter Parker. I'm putting it hands down. See, Tobey Maguire always held up Spider-Blaze in my heart because I grew up with that Spider-Man. I grew up with that live-action Spider-Man. I was like, what would Spider-Man look like if he was a real person? Tobey Maguire. It's that sort of thing. But I can't swear my allegiance to, that one Spider-Man for so long. I mean, when Andrew Garfield rolled around, he was alright. I don't think that having Peter Parker being like, played by a handsome actor is a bad thing. Really, it's not. It doesn't matter how Peter Parker looks. It just matters that his behavior matters. Like, I mean, if you were to take Spider-Man, if you were to take Peter Parker one day and just be like, yeah, you know what? Peter Parker bullies kids. And then he becomes Spider-Man so he can bully people that are stronger than him. Like, they could take that in another direction and do that shit. But, in Homecoming, Tom Holland's doing a good job so far. But the homemade suit for Homecoming is so cool. I mean, it's literally just like a hoodie, a sweatshirt, sweatpants, long red socks, and some slip-on, like, athletic shoes with some gloves that Peter obviously edited because they have, like, the part up here that has the red spider print, but the bottom of them are black, and his custom web shooters. My favorite part, though, is the goggles because they look so shit. It looks like he had to make those out of whatever he found, like modified camera lens, which I assume that's what they were made of. And see, what I hate, though, is how that's the most of Peter's creativity that we get to see so far. And, if they don't, like, give us the old switcheroo in the film and, like, have Peter be like, you know what, Tony, screw you, I'm making my own suit with blackjack and hookers. That was lame. That was a lame Futurama reference, but, I wish they would have had Peter make that suit, especially because now Peter is in a high school. And he looks like a believable high school student. Even though Tom Holland is 21 years old now, he actually looks believably young. Unlike the two previous live-action Spider-Men for him. Although I guess in a way, I'm trying to think of how it phrases. I guess in a way though, with Andrew Garfield, there's been an exception because he did look young. I am not shitting on the way that they look. It's just, you could tell that they were adults playing kids. And I want to say that Tom Holland came in Civil War, he came right out of being 19. It's just like, boom, okay, responsibilities, let's go. And see, I want to see him make a suit. I want to see him make a suit that looks like his. I don't care. I'm fine with him wearing this web hands get up, but I don't want it to be at the end of the movie. Tony comes in and says, "You proved me wrong, kid. You don't need the suit to be Spider-Man. Here you go." Because I don't want that. It would be so dumb. Just have Peter be like, "I'm going to buy these simple $40 morph suits." Hell, you can actually find them for cheaper in some places and just snip them out. If you don't want to have to do the whole Midtown High having a dance team that for some reason has spandex outfits that cover the legs and arms and presumably the neck. Also, I want to do another nitpick about the suit in Homecoming. Because if people go and say how it's accurate to the original comics, there's one thing they could have done with it. They could have made it structured the suit like it was in the original comics, where it consisted of a shirt, gloves, pants, boots, and mask, with a little utility belt underneath. But instead, they give it this weird auto-fit function, which has Peter put it on when it's all baggy and loose around him. And it's kind of bothersome, because, first off, they have it where Peter can't just, take off his suit right away when he needs to. Which there is a part in one of the trailers where it shows him zipping down his hoodie and he has the suit underneath it. But that makes it to where he has to be like, well, shit, gotta press the auto compression so this thing knows to work. Which I don't like that. I like Spider-Man to be like, oh shit, danger is afoot. Yank open the shirt. Spider symbol going and smooth transition. Although somehow nobody looks down a fucking alleyway to see somebody change it into a suit. Which is kind of bothersome. I used bothersome twice in a very short span of time. I mean, I know that I have never made a film or structured a story before. But I have been working on a superhero-based story ever since I was 12. And now my uncle's dog down there is barking. It sounds like a slide whistle. But I've been working on this since I was 12 on the Neo series, and it's greatly inspired by Spider-Man. And see, I have it where the main character, his suit, is similar to Spider-Man's, except he wears clothing over the suit. He wears a hoodie, a pair of cargo pants, and boots. And if he ever needs to, and he's in normal clothing, if he's like, shit, I don't have time to put on the full outfit, he can yank off his street clothes and just go in the morph suit style. It really doesn't hinder him, except for the fact that he loses, extra pockets and extra space to carry things if he needs them. But he also has the belt. And I want to go to another thing about Tom Holland's Spider-Man. God damn. Another thing about Tom Holland's Spider-Man is that, hold on, give me a minute. Alright guys, sorry. I had to deal with a technical difficulty that was, a bit too long to deal with, and it should have. I'm trying to remember what I was saying. Okay, but the Tom Holland Spider-Man. I like how they made a modern, nerdy Peter Parker. They didn't have him be like, I have an old school camera, let's go. Since, hell, I don't even think journalism clubs or photography clubs in schools anymore use those big bulky cameras. They either have their students use their phones or just, the small, newer style cameras. These. This is something you'd see Peter Parker carrying around today. And then, this is still alright size-wise, but, this is a bit bulkier. And you can see where that goes. So, that's one thing that I like about it, is that, is that you get a good modern nerd Peter Parker. Meanwhile, for Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, it was all over the place. It's like, I'm pretty good at skateboarding, but I'm also in photography club. I'm also in the photography club. Look at my big-ass old-school camera and my occasional glasses. Although they're my dad's glasses, and I have contacts, but I want to put on my dad's glasses. Which I thought the spider powers were supposed to fix your vision. I guess the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man lied to me. And Tobey Maguire Spider-Man looked like was a fucking nerd. Like an awkward nerd character. And until, he started to, like, get into his, like, his comfort, like, his groove. His comfort zone in Spider-Man 2. And then Spider-Man 3, you had emo Peter. Although I will admit, Spider-Man 2, he was a bitch, losing his powers. And, he was a bitch because he also just gave up because being Spider-Man was too hard. And, in Spider-Man 2, the reason why... And the Amazing Spider-Man 2, I think I just said Spider-Man 2, but... and this is spoilers for anybody who hasn't watched The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I will give you a chance to click off in 3, 2, 1, go. If you're still here, you're ready to hear this. Gwen Stacy's death happens very similar to the way it does in the comics. After that, Peter just doesn't have it in him to be Spider-Man because he lost the person he cared about. He lost one of the things that gave him, like, motivation to keep going and keep improving himself. And then eventually he's like, what, I can move on. She's not truly gone as long as I keep doing this. And, for Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 2, it's like, fuck, you took my girlfriend. Time to suddenly get my powers back. Check it, I don't need these anymore. Like, takes off the glasses. Like, drops them where they break on the ground, which makes him seem like a badass, I will say. Let's see the villains line up. It looks like so far we have Shocker... And I'm talking about Homecoming. We have Shocker, Vulture. I think we might have Otto Octavius in there, so we might get some Dr. Octopus. I could be wrong. I'm kind of upset that they don't have him fighting the Green Goblin, because I was really hoping it'd be the Green Goblin. Since classic looking suit, and the Green Goblin was like the first big real villain for Peter to face. Well, technically his first big real villain was... I actually have to think about that. No, I think it was a Goblin, although they did have a big deal about the Lizard, too. Nah, wait. Yeah, I was thinking wrong. I think the Goblin was like the first big, this is his arch nemesis. You're gonna see this ugly motherfucker a lot. But see, I like the way that they made the Vulture modernized in Homecoming. Like, they give him the jet turbines on the wings. And they have Shocker in it. And my favorite line in the trailer is those, like, when, God damn it. When Peter gets picked up by the anti-gravity and he's like, oh my god, this feels so strange. Like, he's not like, Jesus, this feels weird, or God, this feels off. He's just like, this feels so strange! It's so dumb. It is really dumb. But I love it. Because, the suit does not make the hero. And that's the example that seems like it's going to be going for in, the moral and what it's going for in Spider-Man Homecoming. But it's not only just as the moral, it's showing that just because Peter has a fancy suit doesn't mean that he still needs to stop training. He can still improve, he can still work on his technique, he can still do better. He just has to work at it more. It's simple. And that's what he's going to have to do using his homemade suit rather than, his Stark suit, the tech suit as people are calling it, which I don't see why it's called the tech suit, but I can't judge anybody. Not really on that sort of design choice, but I truly feel that it is important that he learns to use his abilities more than trust the suit. Because we've seen how the view inside the tech suit looks. It's like you have a possible of 145 fucking, or whatever, web shooter combos, and you just look down at his hands and you will see all of them. I feel like Peter needs to learn how to build those into his own web shooters to like do the crazy different webs. Because it'd be a worthwhile thing. It would be Peter learning. It would be a growing experience for him, of all things. And it would, make him Spider-Man. Because he has all the power. He has all the responsibility. He's just lacking the aspect of the homemade, make your own suit. That's what I don't like. But yeah, I feel like I've gotten across all the points I was planning on going on, even if it was a bit scattered in this video. So, yeah, thank you for listening to me go on and on about this. I am insanely proud of anybody who watches through all these videos, even after I like stutter on my words or have to pause just to shut a dog up. I'm amazed. And I want to say something. I noticed I'm getting really close to my 100th video. And I wanted to ask, what should I do for my 100th video, guys? Because this is a big milestone. I never thought I'd make more than like 3 videos. That's why 100 videos is going to be such a big thing for me. So, if you want to, leave a suggestion down in the comments below. If you're new, maybe hit subscribe, or at least if not, hit the like button, or both. Whatever you wish to do. And this is your friendly neighborhood Neojakerton, signing off.